Energy exchange and prosperity laws have been discussed in many spiritual traditions, economic philosophies, metaphysical teachings, and modern mindset frameworks. And although their language may differ, the underlying truth remains strikingly similar. Money is not just paper, numbers, or bank entries. It is a symbolic representation of energy, value, trust, circulation, exchange, and flow. Understanding this makes prosperity shift from a purely material chase into a spiritual economic dance, where giving and receiving, value and appreciation, intention and perception operate as subtle forces shaping financial reality. The first core idea within energy exchange is value. Whenever a person provides value, whether through a service, skill, product, idea, creativity, or emotional labor, they activate a universal signal that says, "I contribute." And the universe responds through channels that often appear as clients, opportunities, collaborations, unexpected gifts, referrals, and monetary compensation. Spiritual economics teaches that money follows value, not time. This is why two people can work the same number of hours yet earn radically different incomes. One is exchanging low-value energy, and the other is exchanging high-value energy. And the universe always settles exchanges according to perceived value rather than effort alone. Next comes circulation, a law that states that what is not circulated eventually stagnates, and what stagnates weakens or dies. Water that doesn't move becomes stale, blood that doesn't circulate becomes life-threatening, and money that is hoarded without flow becomes energetically rigid, shrinking the prosperity consciousness of the holder. Prosperity teachers emphasize that circulation is not about mindless spending, but about conscious movement of resources, paying for value, investing in growth, supporting others' gifts, donating and purchasing in alignment rather than fear. This conscious circulation keeps one's prosperity current open and signals trust in universal supply rather than obsession with personal accumulation. Spiritual economics reframes money as a medium of appreciation rather than loss. When someone pays for something they value, they are not losing money. They are circulating appreciation for the value received. And this mindset shift dissolves scarcity at its root, because scarcity is largely a psychological perception tied to fear of loss. Another key principle is that receiving is equally as important as giving. Countless people block prosperity not because they do not give, but because they have difficulty receiving compliments, gifts, higher prices for their services, financial blessings, business opportunities, all rejected through subtle guilt, unworthiness, modesty patterns, or fear of appearing greedy. Yet energetically, the universe needs a receiver to complete the circuit of exchange. A person who constantly gives but rejects receiving will experience imbalance, depletion, and burnout. And prosperity laws do not reward imbalance because imbalance disrupts flow. The idea of flow of money means that money is attracted toward openness, confidence, clarity, and energetic alignment. People who complain about money, fear money, hate wealthy people, or feel unworthy of abundance create energetic friction that repels financial opportunities, even if they work hard, because their vibration contradicts their desire. Value exchange also implies that prosperity is relational, not earned in isolation, but co-created through networks of mutual value, where each participant contributes and receives according to resonance and perceived benefit. In modern economic language, this is seen as supply and demand, but in spiritual language, it is seen as resonance and alignment. When your value resonates with the needs and desires of others, money flows effortlessly as a natural consequence. Furthermore, spiritual economics introduces the concept of gratitude frequency. Gratitude amplifies receiving because it acknowledges and appreciates the flow, whereas entitlement collapses receiving because it assumes flow without conscious appreciation. The feeling of gratitude is not passive but catalytic. It multiplies what is acknowledged, and many wealth mindset teachers encourage gratitude practices not as moral behavior, but as energetic alignment tools that shift the mind from lack to abundance. Another subtle principle within prosperity laws is that money amplifies the state of the holder. It does not create greed or generosity, it enhances what is already present. Therefore, the fear that money will change me is misplaced because money only reveals or magnifies mindset patterns that already exist. Energy exchange also reframes work from time in exchange for money to value in exchange for money. And this shift dissolves the slavery mindset that binds income to hours rather than impact. Freelancers, entrepreneurs, and creators who understand this transition from selling time to selling transformation increase their income exponentially because transformation has infinite value while time is finite. Prosperity laws also emphasize responsibility, taking ownership of financial choices, value creation, energetic intentions, and emotional responses. People who blame, resent, or envy block prosperity because they operate in a frequency of disempowerment, while those who take responsibility align with creative power. Finally, spiritual economics positions money as neither good nor evil, but neutral, a mirror that reveals beliefs, emotions, habits, and identities. When these inner programs shift, money flow shifts externally because outer economics reflects inner economics. Therefore, energy exchange and prosperity laws are not mystical theories, but deeply practical frameworks for real-world financial empowerment, integrating spiritual truth with economic functionality. And when mastered, they transform the individual from a passive participant in the economy into a conscious creator of value, circulation, and abundance. And when we continue to explore energy exchange and prosperity laws, it becomes evident that the flow of money is not merely transactional, but vibrational, meaning that every act of earning, spending, saving, investing, gifting, or donating carries an energetic signature that interacts with universal currents. And individuals who consciously manage their vibration around money experience not only more financial abundance, but also greater personal satisfaction, peace, and alignment with purpose, because prosperity is a reflection of harmony between inner beliefs, emotional resonance, and outer actions. And every time someone resists receiving payment for their contribution, delays billing, undervalues their work, or operates from fear of financial judgment, they are unconsciously sending signals of scarcity to the universe, signals that close doors, slow opportunity, and prevent natural circulation. Whereas embracing confidence in one's worth, clarity in communication, integrity in transactions, and openness in accepting rewards completes the energetic circuit and allows money to flow freely, effortlessly, and repeatedly, much like water in a well-maintained aqueduct system, where every channel, pipe, and conduit works in perfect harmony to deliver life-sustaining resources. And this principle applies across all scales, from personal income to corporate revenue, from small acts of kindness to large philanthropic initiatives, from individual freelance payments to global commerce, because the universe operates according to the same fundamental laws of energy exchange and circulation, regardless of size, geography, or status. And the moment a person internalizes that giving, receiving, and appreciating are equally critical components of the cycle, they begin to understand that wealth is not limited by external circumstances, but is entirely contingent on alignment with universal prosperity laws, meaning that barriers like debt, lack, and opportunity scarcity are often reflections of misalignment rather than objective reality. And by consciously choosing to act in ways that honor these laws, setting fair prices for services, delivering value that meets or exceeds expectation, expressing genuine gratitude for every transaction, investing in oneself and others, and maintaining an attitude of generosity without attachment, the individual becomes a magnet for sustained financial flow, attracting clients, partnerships, resources, and opportunities that match the vibrational level of their intentions, mindset, and emotional coherence. And this is precisely why traditional financial strategies alone often fail to create lasting abundance, because without energetic alignment, all systems, plans, and business tactics operate at a limited capacity. Whereas when the subtle dimensions of value exchange, circulation, gratitude, and receiving mindset are integrated, wealth becomes self-propagating, resilient, and naturally expanding.
And this is not merely theoretical. Numerous case studies, modern coaching frameworks, and spiritual teachings confirm that individuals and organizations that consciously implement these laws experience rapid expansion, increased revenue, less friction in financial negotiations, reduced anxiety about money, and a heightened sense of confidence and empowerment. And the underpinning truth is that money acts as both a medium and a mirror. It mirrors the quality of energy we offer, and it mediates the exchange of value between parties. And when used consciously, it enhances not just material prosperity, but also relationships, self-esteem, and spiritual development, because ethical, conscious, and aligned circulation of resources reinforces trust, credibility, and integrity, which in turn attract more resources in a positive feedback loop. And just as electricity flows most efficiently through a complete, uninterrupted circuit, prosperity flows most efficiently when the giver, the receiver, and the medium, money, resources, or value, are all in harmonic alignment. And this alignment is supported by daily practices that reinforce energetic clarity, such as mindfulness in spending, intentional giving, reflective gratitude,